What's up, y'all? Happy Thursday. Hope everybody's having a great day. So today I'm going to do something I haven't really done before and talk about this latest release, the single that me and my son just dropped this week, Every Drop. And though every song that I get to make with my son is special and hits hard, this song in particular personally is probably my favorite of the songs that we've done together. But one of the biggest reasons is because of how this song came about. Unlike the other songs that we have released together, Young and Hey You, and though Hey You was special too and had some significance, how this song came about was, as tends to happen with a lot of artists, music makers, creators, started with the beat for this song. And when I went to make the beat for this song, it was with no intent. It was one of those days that I just had a lot weighing on me and a lot going on, and I just needed to make some music, like as therapy almost. And often when I do that, it's, I have tons of records or beats or stuff that I've made sitting in the vault. So I went to start making this song, and the first thing that I did that I don't usually do is, anybody that knows me or has followed my career as a producer composer, I don't really work with samples. I'm not a sample based composer, beat maker, producer. I'm usually composition based. I've always wanted to do more with samples, but it's just never really at the forefront when I'm in creation mode. And so with this particular song, it kind of started with the sample, and I actually ended up sampling a vocal from one of my songs, the song Still Believe, which though still hasn't been officially released on platforms. I recorded that song over 10 years ago in 2015, and did put out a lyric video on my YouTube at the time. But the song was one of those songs that was also like a therapy song. And so I was listening to the acapella that I had for it, and I pulled some clips of my lines and then started playing with it in quick sample. And as I started doing that, I started building this beat around it. And so what happened is, as I started making this beat, I very quickly went from I'm just creating for the sake of getting something out to how I usually make beats, where I'm always a producer first. So a lot of the times the way I make beats, as I'm making them, I'm hearing the song, like I'm hearing what the record is going to sound like, what the vocals are going to sound like, and I start structuring it that way. This started to happen, and as I started to do this, the first artist that came to my head, the only artist I could hear, I was like, I hear my son on this. Ice, Matt Jr., aka Ice. And nobody else. I was like, and I, did my rough arrangement, rough mix, listened to it. I went in and I actually completed like the full edit and arrangement with it. Unlike where sometimes I would just make like a piece of it or the loop, or I'll make the rough arrangement and then I'll come back later and do the mix and the edits at some other time. I went straight through with this, and I'm listening to it and listening to the car. I'm like, this, I hear my son on this. So again, unlike the other songs we've done where the concept was already there, like with Young, he wrote the hook and sent me the hook and sang it, him singing the hook, and then I built the beat around what he said. Hey You, I had made a beat already. I had a whole other concept in mind. He heard it, wrote something. He's like, hey, Dad, I heard that beat. I wrote this to it. And when I heard what he wrote, I was like, that's the song. With this one, there was no discussion. I just sent him the beat and told him, I don't hear anybody else on this but you. And within a day, he not only wrote, he wrote and recorded the vocals and sent me back his scratch draft for what he recorded. And when I heard it, it was like goosebumps and tears. I was so blown away that I was like, I don't think he could have done any better. I don't think that anything I could have told him or instructed him could have even compared to what it was just it. And we were able to turn around that record so quickly. And so it just represents so much, especially because of what drew me to make the song and what I was feeling and the message behind the song. It was almost like a reminder that the Creator gave us this gift. Like, this is a gift, this is a tool he gave us. And the message that the words of my son, my child, my baby, who's now a grown man, that he is walking the path. And when your you get to have your child's words reaffirm, like remotivate, because as parents and as men, we get so drained and beat down and feel like failures when we just work so hard at something, and sometimes we get weary. When your kids' words start to motivate you, when you go from like always being the one to have to try to motivate your kids and give them the words, and when your son's words not only give you the motivation, but almost like reaffirms doubts that you have, or the mission, so to speak. And so I just hope that that energy carries over to people listening. And if there's anybody that can relate to that, like, it's a song about legacy. It's a song about my connection to my father and his father, and then my son. And it to me, I just feel like it's so well represented there. And I hope that that energy can translate over to anybody else who feels like that and has such a deep love and connection to family, and the feeling of that being your existence and your purpose. Anyway, hope you enjoy the song. Sorry for the long video. If you listen this far, thank you. Let me know what you think about the song. Let me know what it says to you, your thoughts, feedback, whatever. Like, comment, share, use it on your videos. Peace, love, healing.